In this video I will be explaining the After Effects interface and the workspaces available within Adobe After Effects. So just open up After Effects. The workspace that we are using is the standard workspace. This is the default workspace within Adobe After Effects. I'll be explaining workspaces and the different options available later on in the video. So first of all, we have the project window. This is where imported files for your compositions and all your compositions will be displayed within. So if I just create a new composition quickly, there you can see that it is displayed within the project window. I create another one, it's displayed there, and so on. You are also able to create groups within the folder. If you create a new folder there, then you can just drag files into there. If you right click on the folder and press rename, you can also rename it, so just call that composition, and there you can see you have the different compositions available. Then you can just drag the folders into the timeline, or into the project window, etc. Just delete them quickly. So here you have the composition window. This is where any compositions will be displayed, or any files that are displayed, they will appear in this window. Here is the timeline window. I'll just create another composition. Here you can see the display time style. This is in frames, but you can also change this into seconds. This is where all the files within the composition will be displayed. So if I just import a picture very quickly, yes, like that. There you can see it appears in the project window, and once I drag it into the composition, it will also appear within the composition timeline. It is displayed by the coloured bar. This is the duration of which the file will be available. So you can also change the time. So there, once it's gone, it disappears from the composition. The next window is the preview window. These are all the preview transport keys which allow you to preview the composition. So just go back to the first frame. If you press spacebar or the play button, it will play through the composition, as you can see with the time head. You can also use the RAM preview. This is RAM preview button here, or Control 0, and this will RAM preview all the composition, as you can see. There you have the RAM preview options. So I'll just go back to the first frame, or go to the next frame or the previous frame. Here is the audio. You can either mute the audio or unmute the audio. The RAM preview settings here for the frame rate. So if you have 15 frames per second, it will RAM preview a lot quicker. You can choose to skip every 1 frame, 2 frames or 5 frames. So if we go 5 frames, back to 24 frames per second. RAM preview. There you can see that it will RAM preview but only skip every 5 frames. The next window is the effects and presets. This is the default window in the standard workspace. Here you have all the effects available within Adobe After Effects. Once you click on the option, it brings up a lot more folders, i.e. backgrounds, and there you have the selection of effects available. You can then just drag them onto the composition or onto the file in the timeline, and there it will display all of the presets and settings available for that effect in a new tab next to the project window. So there we have the project window tab, and now the effects tab, and there you can just change the settings available. For the second part of this video, I will be explaining the workspaces. These can be seen up here, or if you go onto window workspace, you have the list available there. If you just click on standard, it brings up another drop down menu with the same options available within the Windows bar there, and this just creates a completely new layout for After Effects depending on what you want to work on. So animation here, you can see that it changes everything. You have the tracker window there, preview, the smoother, the wiggler, the motion space, you have the effects and presets. Here it changes the size of the timeline, and the main window used is the effects window here for the animation. You can change it to minimal. This is so that you can just focus on the composition here and the timeline. This will be used once you have all the footage within the composition and the timeline. So if I just go back to standard, you can also move and reposition any windows that you like. So if I have the project window here, I can drag it along here, up and down. This is the window that you have activated will be shown with the yellow border along the outline of the window. You can also just move them around. You can also choose to delete the windows by clicking on this little menu here, and it will allow you to undock the panel, which will create it in a new window, allowing you to move it along. There you can just close it, or you can close the panel using it there. If you do accidentally get rid of any windows, you can also click on the standard drop down box there and press reset standard. Press yes, and this will reset it to the default settings for that workspace. You can also create your own workspace by clicking on new workspace. There we can name it, so I'll just name it interface presets. Press OK, and this allows you to just change any settings that you like, include any more windows that you want. So if I have the audio will be displayed there, or the motion sketch, it will be displayed there. This will also save it under the same effects. You can also delete workspaces, but it will not delete the workspace that you have activated. If you wish to delete your own layout, then just select another layout, then press delete workspace. Another dialog box will appear with a drop down menu. Just choose the one you wish to delete, so interface presets, OK, and as you can see, it is no longer available. That's it for the interface video. If you do have any questions, please leave your comments below the video and I will get back to you. Okay, thank you and goodbye.